page 176, exercise B, and page 177, exercise C. A discussion about archaeology.
Okay, so that wraps up today's lecture, but before you all leave, I've got a quick announcement about next class. We'll be discussing some technologies that are changing the way people do archaeology in the 21st century. To prepare, I'd like you all to pick a technology that matches that description and research it. You can do that alone or collaborate with others. Okay? Everyone got that? All right then. See you all next time.
Hey, Serena, Omar, and Phil, wait up a second. Do you want to work on the research assignment as a group?
Yeah, good idea.
Sure. Great.
Me too.
We'll need to decide what technology to look into. Do you want to set a date to figure that out, or should we just do it on Facebook?
Facebook would be okay, but as we're all here and we've already started discussing it, why don't we just get on with it now?
Doing it now works for me.
And me.
I'll have to leave soon, but I can stay for 5 minutes or so.
Okay, so does anybody have any ideas for a technology we could discuss?
When Professor Levin mentioned the assignment, my first thought was ground-penetrating radar. I spent the summer helping out at an excavation in Peru, and we used GPR there. It was incredible to see where an artifact or other remains might be underground without actually doing any digging. And I think...
Sorry to interrupt, Serena, but Professor Levin said we should discuss things that are changing archaeology in the 21st century. But as I understand it, GPR dates from the 1980s, so I'm not sure it qualifies.
Oh, good point.
Still, I think GPR is definitely an important technology. So let's add it to our list of options, okay? Perhaps another option would be to research LiDAR. I recently came across an article about it, and from what I read, it's really changing how archaeologists work.
LiDAR? Could you refresh my memory?
It's a way of using lasers to scan the surface of something, and then...
Oh, is it also called laser scanning?
Yeah, that's right. Now, as I was saying, after scanning, archaeologists can use the data to make a really high-definition map of an archaeological site. It shows what the ground surface looks like, even if there are trees or something that makes it hard to see surface features. You know, some archaeologists recently used LiDAR to discover a lost settlement in the jungles of Central America. There was an article in...
Oh, right. That was a really interesting article. LiDAR's a good idea, Phil, although I think it's another 20th century technology. Still, let's add it to our list. Okay, now one more technology that we could...
Oh, what about drones? They'd be... Oh, sorry. I interrupted you, Omar.
That's okay. Go ahead.
You sure? Okay, well, as I said, I think drones would be a great technology to research.
You mean drones like the ones that people are talking about as a way to deliver pizza or online purchases? Can drones be used for archaeology?
Sure. They're used to fly over sites and take photos to make maps. The maps might not be as detailed as the ones made with LiDAR, but they'd be a lot cheaper. And some drones are big enough to carry a ground-penetrating radar device, so they can be used to do GPR scans too. And I've even read that archaeologists can use them to provide security for important sites. So the drones fly over an excavation to stop non-archaeologists from looking for valuable artifacts and causing damage by accident.
I didn't know drones could be so useful. I think Serena's right. They're definitely a good technology to add to our list. Anyway, I was going to suggest robots as another technology we could consider. I've heard about these tiny rescue robots that are used if there's a natural disaster, like an earthquake. The robots can go into the remains of a damaged building and search for people who are alive. Because they're so small, they can go anywhere, and there's no danger they'll cause further damage. I've read that archaeologists could use these tiny robots to go into underground tombs or sites and take photos.
Cool. I'm really into robots. So for what it's worth, I'd love to research that topic. Anyway, I'm going to have to head off soon. But does anyone have any other ideas before I go?
I don't know much about this topic, but what about satellite archaeology? I've heard that this archaeologist named Sarah Parcak is using data and photos from satellites to find archaeological sites. And the really cool part is that she's developing a website that anybody can use to look at the data and suggest places that might be good sites for excavation. In other words, she's crowdsourcing archaeological discoveries.
Wow, that's a neat idea, Jess. Let me add that to our list. So that's ground-penetrating radar, LiDAR, drones, micro-robots, and now satellite archaeology. I'd say that's a pretty good list. So should we vote on which of those technologies to research?
Actually, if I don't leave now, I'll be late. Could we all think about it and then post our top choices on Facebook?
Yeah, let's do that. Come on, Phil. I need to be somewhere soon too, so I'll walk out with you.